What's happening, people? Welcome to Better Marriage Daily, where we give you tips on how to love each other in spite of each other. I'm Sean.
And I'm V.
And today, y'all, we're talking about, let me read this. I don't mess it up. Letting go of self to have oneness with each other.
Mm.
And today we have a guest in the audience. look, we have a guest in the audience watching us. So it's going to be a little different energy because she's here giving us feedback. So if y'all hear somebody talking or laughing or something, chuckling, it's because somebody's in the house today. So I'm going to kick it off. So having oneness, letting go of self to have oneness with the other. So when you get married, you're bringing everything that you are into a place where somebody else is bringing everything that they are. And now y'all are expected to come together and make one. And most of the time people would say that, it's 50-50, but we coming in with 100 and 100.
Yes.
And when you come in with 100 and 100, there are going to be some things that there are
going to be some clashes.
It's going to do like that. And so this is a podcast, an episode about what happens whenever the clash becomes too much. I couldn't rhyme it. I was trying real close. What happens when the bang becomes too much for the thing?
Mm-hmm. Come on.
Okay. So, and of course, because we're bringing in our experiences and stuff. So, we got a lot to share on this. And I'm going to just start off with this one, even though we could probably go on that one for a good minute. I'm going to tell you how flexible you have to be as the one who is the biggest giver, right? So I'm the biggest giver, I feel. Now,
oh, you are.
But I can I'm gonna give her props and say she is also a very big giver, because forgiving for her is coming outside of herself to do things that she absolutely does not want to do, but will do them for me.
Yes.
Like regular loving.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna always give you props because I want to make sure we stay straight. Straight. So I say all that to say, like, I'm the bigger giver, right? So I'm gonna give in first. 9 times out of 10, I'm be the one to give in first and make the compromise so that we can move on as a unit, right? So the biggest thing for me, y'all, in the beginning was I slept with music. I slept with the TV on or music playing, stuff like that. She wanted pitch black.
No noise.
No noise.
Quiet.
Right? And so I'm like, can you turn the TV off, please? It's 9:15. What you mean, can I turn? It's 10 o'clock. Why am I turning? Just go to sleep. I can't sleep with that noise. Look, then I put my headphones on and I got it. I can't sleep with that light in the room. You got light in the room. I can't see it. Girl, your eyes is closed and your back is turned. How you see the light?
But I still see it.
The light of it.
It's true.
So I have a theory, right? So in college, I was one who could go to sleep in the middle of a party if I was tired. And so my theory has always been, if you're tired, you're going to go to sleep. The people who can't go to sleep when there's noise around are them nosy people.
No, that's not true.
People just like them kids, like a kid be dragging like this. You tired? No. I ain't tired. No,
as soon as you tell them you're going to go put them to bed, they're not tired.
They're sitting up there, eyes hanging, dragging, about to bust their head wide open on the table just to be nosy. Can't go to sleep. I'll tell you right now, I ain't never had that problem. That ain't never been me.
I know you haven't. I wish.
I will go to sleep.
I cannot. Good. I'm sorry.
And wake up invigorated. Jump back in the conversation. What we talking about?
Yep. This one right here. That is you.
Dark. So that was the beginning of the relationship. Mm-hmm. Now fast forward 24 years. We got TV on now. We go to sleep with TV. I done got used to sleeping in the dark, in the quiet, in the black, in the nonsense. And so now I got to listen to TV shows, and I don't like watching TV shows. That's another thing. I don't like watching TV shows over and over and over. I just don't.
If it's good.
She will watch that stuff.
Comedies, no, say what it is though. I love
it don't matter
comedies,
what it is. I don't care. I watch Raw. At night. I watch Eddie Murphy Raw probably 2 times all the way through back in the day. Now I remember all the jokes. Mm-hmm. And every once in a while I'll come and watch it. And I watch part, if it was playing whenever I watched stuff like that, I'd watch it. If I got caught up in it, I'd watch till it was over. And I knew the jokes that was coming and everything. So that was cool. Mm-hmm. But I didn't watch it 15 times.
I'm that person.
It don't take me that long to watch to remember it. Now I'm just going, okay, they're going to say this. They're going to say that. They're going to say this. They're going to say that. Oh, okay. I'm good. Yeah. But she'll watch all the old stuff.
I will. All the old comedies before I go to bed. I do not. I need to laugh before I go to bed or something. I need something light. And if it happens to be something that I've seen, like, for instance, Martin. I've seen Martin from the first episode to the last probably 8 times.
Yeah.
And I will still watch it again. And I'm in the bed laughing like I did when I first saw it.
Oh, yeah.
It brings me joy.
Funny is funny. Yeah. Funny is funny.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, now you're like, I need something light before I go to bed.
Oh, yeah. I noticed that when I was working.
So I'm going to point at the contradiction. Now you need something light before you go to bed.
Right.
Before you didn't need no light so you can go to bed.
Well,
it's a different light.
It's a different light.
I needed no light. Now I need light.
And you have to understand, I'm a different person. I am not who I was, not even 6 years ago.
You are. I'm not. I am on Vanessa 25.5.
I am a different person. Now I will. Then I started fussing because I was ready to go to bed at night, and then you had the television on, and then I thought about it. I said, you know what? I need to buy me some.
But that's only recent.
No, I bought them like 3 months ago.
Yeah, but that's recent.
But still, I was like, you know what? He shouldn't have to just not.
The deal is, if you want me in this room,
you
got to work it out.
And it's gotten to the point to where we both want to be in the room at the same time.
No, I'm just going in there to be with you because you be like, I got to go to bed. I got to go to bed.
Oh, yeah.
I'm tired of being out here.
Mm-hmm.
So to be with you, I'll go in there and sit down. But then once you got me in there, I don't go to bed till 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. So, I'll hook up my Bluetooth, my little Bluetooth.
Yeah, and that's fine. And you're on your phone
on my
a lot
phone,
of times,
on
and
my
that's
computer.
not a whole lot of light for me. And then I have the mask, so I haven't been complaining about the light.
You made an adjustment.
Yeah, I did. After all these years.
Because I'm like, because then there was a little point in time where she wasn't going to sleep till 1 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. So even if I'm sleeping, she watching the TV, and I'm like, hey, but when you trying to go to sleep,
it didn't bother you. That's what you told me.
It don't, but that ain't the point. If I can't do it, how you get to do it?
Because you let me.
True story. Again, when you have one who is a giver, you got one who is a taker. You gotta watch. You gotta protect your boundaries. You gotta protect your boundaries. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be giving like that because you're gonna get taken advantage of. I feel so vulnerable. But yeah, so that was the biggest thing when we got together. It was like light. She don't want no light and no sound. So I had to learn how to go to sleep
in silence.
In silence and darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And that was hard for me. Very hard. Yeah. Very, very hard.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a laundry list. What's one of the things that you had?
That I had to just deal with.
No, that you compromised on.
Oh, the tidiness.
Oh. Really, bro? Really?
Go
ahead.
Came up with that.
This is your time.
Exactly.
Spend it how you want.
It was for Vanessa. It is everything has its place, and for Sean, not so much.
So how did you compromise on that? Because I still be finding myself in places that you done cleaned it up. She cleaned. And don't remember what she cleaned.
Well, yeah, that's true too.
And swear for God in a loud tone that she didn't touch nothing.
Yeah, the tidiness and just trying to.
It's been sitting right here for like a whole month and a half, and when I need it, I come back to get it. It's gone, but we ain't touching.
Because it sat there for so long, and I'm like,
we ain't touching it.
I didn't.
and will fight.
I didn't.
To say she didn't.
Mm-hmm. I didn't remember. I don't remember a lot of times. I'm just.
But she ain't gonna say she don't remember.
I don't remember.
She gonna say, I didn't touch that. Why you thinking I did? I ain't do that. And I'd be like, babe, I didn't do it. Yeah. We got a boogeyman.
My thing is but my thing in my head, I'm thinking like, okay, I'm gonna remember where I put it. I just need it out of my way right now.
Until then, I'm gonna argue with him and say that I didn't.
No, I don't ever go through all that. Let's see what else. Like I said, tidiness and just the fact. Learning how to not be angry when things weren't in its place, to just have a conversation about it. And then I learned to tell you how I felt about it, how it made me feel. Like early on in our marriage, you had a bachelor's pad, you and Lil Sean. You know what I'm saying? So I had to give you that, like, okay, it's gonna take some time. But to just,
you make it sound like we was peers.
No, y'all weren't. But you weren't.
I mess with you.
You weren't me.
I wasn't. We don't clean like mama clean. Yeah, we clean like mama clean.
No. Yeah. So I had to learn how to communicate that without being angry about it, and by not trying not to lash out. I had to figure out the language in which to communicate to you how it made me feel. And once I did that, you hurt me. So I had to come out of myself. I had to come out of myself with that because absolutely. I wasn't used to that. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Everything was my way. Wherever I put things, it stayed. You know what I'm saying?
And a fight come with it.
And yeah, so I wasn't used to that. But once I learned how to communicate those things, and then you were receptive to my communications, then things started to work out.
So what made you think that you needed another way to communicate? I guess why did you think you needed another way to communicate? And what do you remember? What spurred that thought process? Because there's somebody out there who's thinking, well, yeah, I agree, but why should I have to change?
I mean, I'm gonna say it was just God, just my listening to myself. Listening to myself. I stopped to listen to myself when I said something to you about those things, and it came out like really harsh because
I had been telling you how you talk to me,
right?
And you said, no, I don't.
Yep.
And I told you so much.
I started listening to the way it came out of my mouth, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that is harsh. That's, yeah. I mean, so in like V, if you want him to hear you and to change, you need to communicate that in a different way. So I said, okay, why does it bother me so much? I had to ask myself questions. Why does, the fact that early on in our marriage, and this was like early on, like when we first got married, why does it bother you so much that when you leave to go to work and come back home, the bed is unmade? Why does it bother you? And so once I figured that out, first of all, I grew up in a house with a mother who was like, you're not even, you do nothing before you make the bed. So that was, that's something that I live with all the time. I heard that and I did that. So it was a part of me. But I realized that sometimes when you communicate to him, he's going to turn what you say off, even though it is valid, even though.
But why is he going to turn it off?
Because it's the way that you are speaking to him, in the tone. I understood that. And I was like, okay, I need to change that. So then I started to tell you, okay, I'm just,
if I don't hear the right tone, I'll say, leave me alone. Or I'll leave you alone.
So
we can get along.
Yeah. So I started to change the way I approached you with those things and tell you how those things made me feel.
Right.
Like I come home from work and I know what your intentions were.
Mm-hmm.
That I knew your intentions were to get out the bed, because I was getting up early in the morning. But for you to get out the bed and do what you have to do, make the bed, because you knew that I did not like coming home to an unmade bed, right? But you would get busy during the day and get caught up with stuff. And then when I came home at 4:00, I walked in the house and walked to the back, and the bed was unmade. And for me,
ready to fight.
I was ready to fight.
Just came from a fighting environment.
Yeah. For me,
tell them in the camera. Girl.
For me, I had just come from a fighting environment, and then I come home where I need everything straight, tidy, so I don't have to do any work, then extra work, and then here it is. Before I take my uniform off, I have to make my bed because my bed has been unmade all day, and I have these things in my head like, man, the bed has just been the sheets been out in the elements all day. If y'all understand what I'm saying, meaning that the bed was unmade and just dust particles and everything just because I have dust all over the house, dust particles and everything is in the bed now. Now I'm like, I don't even want to sleep on it. You know what I'm saying? So when I told you how that made me feel, it made me feel like, like, man, I know you have respect for me, but you doing this and not even warning me. So then he started to warn me if he...
Hey, I had to run out.
He would text me and say,
bed is not done.
I had to run out. The bed is not done. Just wanted you to know. So I knew what to expect.
Because she said, I need to be ready.
I need to be ready.
So I was like, okay, you need to be ready. Okay, cool. And then that progressed to, look, I know you got to run out, but if you just throw
the covers over the bed.
Throw the covers over. You ain't got to make the bed. Just throw the covers over there. And I think secretly she understood that if I'm just going to do that, I'm going to go ahead and do the bed.
And he did.
Don't get it twisted though. I didn't. I just threw it over a few times. Most of the time I just threw it over.
Mm-hmm.
But, now, but a long time ago, I started doing it right. But I understood, when she said that, I understood why, how that made her feel when she told me. Because I'm like, it's just a bed. Mm-hmm. I mean, I got to, when I woke up, my phone rang, I had to go. I mean, and making the bed was the last thing on my agenda. Because let me tell you something. On my agenda.
People fall out for less.
They fall
out for less. So I was like, you know what? I have to fix this because I don't want to keep coming home and being irritated when I get home. Home is my safe space. Mm-hmm. Home is like when I'm at work, all I'm thinking about is coming home to my husband, coming home to my boys, and to my house, and to my sanctuary. And it started not to feel that way.
Right. And then, and for me, you touched on, first of all, let me just say my mom was the same kind of mom. She was like, do that bed. But she didn't really go to the back of the house too much. So I get away with it, close my door. But if she ever opened that door,
it was on.
It was on and popping. So, that's something that we take from my life. We take that into but I couldn't hide it from you because it's our room.
Right.
As in the last episode, it's our room.
Yeah. Now, had we had different rooms.
Had we had different rooms, but we talked about that too.
No,
we talked about that too. Because even if it was my room, she'd be like, why your bed ain't made? I'm like, that's my room. But it's in my house. Whatever. So yeah, you touched on a very, very good thing, and we might have to do a whole episode on that. But tone. I see a lot of people on social media talking about it. I'm gonna tell you from a man's point of view that tone is everything. And I mean, I've been watching. So when you're watching your social media prophets, I'm gonna talk to the two shot so we can see both of them. When you're watching them social media prophets, you got to listen to them and hear what they're saying and take the meat and not all the icing, right? Because what they're saying is a truth, right? When you're talking to a man, I can't say talking to a woman, but I can say talking to a man. You got to have a respectful tone either way. But when you're talking to a man, your soft voice, your demure voice, that's the proper use of that term, by the way. Your soft voice will get us to do whatever it is you want us to do.
To listen.
Not
and
even
respond.
No,
listen and respond.
We're in go mode. Mm. When y'all talk like that, we like.
Really?
Where I gotta go, right? That's what we doing. We ready for that, right? But whenever you come with that harsh tone and you come, with the da 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 da, then we like this.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying, but I don't like the way you saying it to me.
Mm-hmm.
So since I don't like the way you saying it to me, let's address that. I hear what you're saying. You saying something around here, but let's talk about your tone.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're being very disrespectful to me because I didn't bring that energy to you. So why you bring that energy to me? What you're saying is irrelevant right now. I don't even care.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to stop hollering at me. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Side note, if y'all been watching this and following us for a while, you'll know that there was a point in time in which I said, you know what, baby? I said, we gonna just be hollering. She said, what you mean? I said, I'm gonna match your tone. I said, whenever you holler at me, I'm gonna holler back so that you can see how it feels. I'm tired of being hollered at. and she was like, well, I'll be hollering at you, Sean. I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna match your volume. And so I started matching her volume when she hollered at me. And every time I holler, she'd be like,
yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah.
How you like
that? How you like that? I did
not
like it.
She didn't like it. She didn't like it at all.
Mm-mm.
And then if she hollered back, because she is prone to do, if she hollered back and we got in the back and forth, elevating, I kept matching. When it got to a certain level, then she's like, and I noticed that. And so I was like, that you are not going to make me feel bad for hollering at you like you hollered at me.
But you did feel bad.
It was not the effect that I was looking for.
It was, and it backfired.
It backfired. It pissed me off, really, is what it did. And so I said, you know what? I was just praying about it. I said, you know what? And so over 2 years ago now, I sat in that couch back there. We sitting down there and I said, baby, I said, I'm endeavoring for the rest of my life never to raise my voice at you ever again. How I been doing?
Been doing great.
Not one time. Got close one time.
Mm-hmm.
A few months ago. It got close. But I'm always conscious of it because for me, it's never that serious. It's never that serious, right? So that's a compromise. A big compromise for me is allowing another person to holler at me in my own home. And then figuring out how to articulate that that's not cool.
Yeah. And
and I give her all the credit in the world. Like I said, most people look at our podcast. Some of y'all might be looking at our podcast, especially the people who are really hardcore on the woman side. Y'all might think that I'm bashing her, but I'm not. I'm praising her because the truth of the matter is she's had to do the most work.
Oh, definitely.
In being a part of a two.
Yes.
I've had to do the most work in compromising and accepting what she was going to give me.
Yep.
Was I happy about that?
No.
Was I vocal about that?
Yes.
Did that make you change early?
No. It did not.
She said, I don't give up.
Beep.
Yeah, beep. And so I just want y'all to know that that's not what it's not a Vanessa bashing situation. No. It is just being very transparent with y'all, letting y'all know
this has been our life.
Yeah, this has been our life.
This has been
Has
our
it
life.
been easy? No. But has it been something that's very rewarding?
Absolutely.
And to get where we are today, almost 24 years later, 24 years and 2 months. In 2 months, it'll be 24 years. It's totally worth it. And it's something that's doable, which is why we decided to do this podcast, is because the things that we've been through, everybody can use. And if you've been married less than 24 years, this is for you. If you've been married more than 24 years, you can find a nugget in there too that'll help you improve your marriage. But anybody less than 24 years, hey, we the experts in your life. Until you get past that, that certain amount of time, you need to have those tools to be able to to draw upon whenever you're in it. So another compromise is in the bedroom. Now, welcome to my life, y'all. She say, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So then you get into the bedroom situation. There's always one partner that wants it more than the other one. There's always one partner that wants it more than the other one. So now when you got one that wants it more than the other one, what do?
There's going to have to be some compromise for sure. Definitely.
Somebody going to have to be, somebody going to have to be sealed. No, I'm joking.
No, that's not.
Color Purple reference. You either know or you don't.
Yeah, man. Yeah, somebody's gonna have to compromise. And one thing that I saw recently was a married couple. They were talking, and the guy says that one thing that they learned and they know from just other marriages is that not more times than not there will be one person that will want to have sex more than the other. And that's just
yeah,
true. Like you hardly
say another word for that.
ever.
Don't say the S
I mean,
word.
yes,
They might take us. I just been seeing people bleep it.
Anyway, want to be together more than more come together.
Say get booty.
No, don't say that. I'm not gonna say. I can't stand it.
Booty,
that may want to come together more than the other. And just in talking to people, I find that to be pretty much true.
Yeah, very
and
rarely.
So the answer was. The answer the guy gave, or the woman gave, was just do it. Even though you won't more times than not want to come together at the same time or have the idea to come together at the same time. She says just because it's your spouse, because it's your husband, that you just do it. Those are just some of the compromises. It's a great compromise.
Right.
And you never know most times that if you just start then you realize you're like, okay, this was a great idea, you'll enjoy it.
And to all the people who say you don't have control of your body, you should be able to say no. You should be able to do it.
Yeah.
You are free to choose.
Yeah,
you are just not free to choose the consequences of your choice. You chose to be a part of a unit. There's a lot of things that you want and you ask your partner to do that they're not ready for. And they don't want to do.
They don't want to do.
You know what I'm saying? So this is just another area. But the thing is, if you love that person, then wanting to please that person should be at the top, somewhere in your top 5. Mm-hmm. And if it's in your top 5, then because Vanessa used to say, I said, babe, you just don't like what's the dish? She said, well, once we get started, it's cool. I just don't ever want to get started.
I'd be tired. I mean, it's true. And I think for a lot, I think just hearing, my peers and people who I'm in relationship with, females, a lot of them, especially going into a certain time in their life, that they really are dealing with just physical things, and they just, for some reason, they're not interested in it.
That's a whole nother. We're gonna do the 40, 50. We're gonna do the 40, 50, 60-year-old in the bedroom podcast later.
But I'm a lot older than some of these people.
Go back to the 2030s, the 30s. The 30s and for you the 30s and 40s.
30s and
I kept getting all these lies from the industry, from the media. I'm gonna hold a microphone. I kept getting all these lies from the media and the industry. Saying that at 35, it's gonna be on like a chicken bone. Then Oprah,
it's different for everybody.
Then Oprah started telling people at 40, it's gonna be at 40. Ooh.
Then they said 50.
And then somebody else said 45. And then somebody else said 50. I'm still waiting. Gonna bust 60 wide open in 2 months. Still waiting. But it's okay.
It is okay.
Because that's one of the compromises. To lose some of your oneness to become whole. To become part of a whole. And like she said, because it's just funny. These are things that I'll never forget. So baby, so you really don't, I don't want to do it. I don't ever want to do it. I'm be honest with you, Sean. I don't ever want to do it. Listen. And she's in the bed. She's like, listen, I don't ever. She's popping neck and everything. I don't ever want to do it. Ever.
I say, listen, don't be offended by it. I'm just.
And she don't be laughing like that, y'all. She be saying,
like, don't be offended. I can laugh now.
Yeah, because you know how foul that sounds. In my mind, I'm like,
don't be offended. We in the bed.
We in the bed. I'm in all my vulnerability. And she's like, look, I don't never want to do it. I'm like, seriously though? Like, never? She's like, I don't never want to do it. But once we get started, I'll be like, okay, cool. Yep. I'm good. And I enjoy it. I just don't never want to get started.
Yep.
I was like,
not a delivery. The delivery could have been much, much, much better.
But you know how strong I can take it.
Yeah. I mean, if you look, if you would, I'm not even going to say no.
Tender.
If you were a tender dude, then I wouldn't have said it like that. But I knew you could take it, and I knew that you would understand what I was saying because it has nothing to do with you.
Yeah,
it does, but doesn't. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, we have, you have to have those kinds of, conversations.
Yeah, because me and my inner circle of male friends, we talked about it. And now some of them don't care, but the ones that are real close to me, we be talking. I said, I don't ever want to feel like Mr. doing his business.
No.
Another Color Purple reference for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever want to feel like Mr. doing his business.
Early 80s.
If that's what it is, we good. Go on. Yeah. I'm good. But some guys like, shoot, take it.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's y'all. So and this is all in the context of a married relationship, might I add to all my viewers. If you ain't married to somebody, you are under no obligation to make that big of a compromise.
Not
because you're not married. But once you're married, it should be a give and take. And in some areas, that person will have compromised to them in a big way, like you're having to do when it comes to the bedroom and not wanting to do that.
Because there's compromise in everything.
Every single area, aspect.
Every aspect of your life.
So I guess when they ask us, what's the secret to marriage, we got to say compromise.
Oh, definitely.
Like the number one is compromise. Besides
definitely.
God,
Yeah.
Because everybody don't believe in God.
Right.
We be like, but besides God, compromise. Compromise and communication.
And compromise I'm going to say for me.
What's another C?
Compromise it could be painful.
Explain.
I'm just painful because you have to come out of yourself to please someone else in whatever situation. Whether it's the television, whether it's picking up after yourself, or whether it's financially. I mean, whether it's bedroom things,
finances.
Finances. Whether it's family, you having to compromise.
Yep.
We compromise every day, unknowingly. We do,
and personal space.
Personal space. That's right.
Personal space.
Yes.
So
because you asked me, you said, "Baby, can I go?" Would you say I was going to take a shower? Remember? And you said, I was just like,
don't tell him.
He was like, "Babe, you want me to come take a shower with you?" I was like, "No."
Now y'all understand. I already know the answer. I'm just pushing.
I knew you.
I'm just pushing.
I know that's what makes it so funny.
She got the water running and she laying up there in the bed. She's like, she getting ready.
That is so funny to me.
I go, "Babe, I'm going to take a shower with you." She said, "No, I'm good." And then she thought about it just in case I was serious. Then she goes to explain. "Well, baby, I shower time is kind of like, my time. I can get in there and just enjoy the steam and the heat."
And no, I said,
you're not gonna like the water heat.
I tell him, because the water's gonna be on hell. That's what I said.
The water gonna be on hell, and you ain't gonna like that.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, girl, look,
you're not gonna like that.
Ain't worried about that. We'll use your body as a shield to the hell water. You like the hell water, I like your body. You be close to what you like, I'll be close to what I like. How about that? And so, so it's a constant compromise. I mean, then when you talk about finances, somebody likes to spend money on things that the other person might deem not necessary and not pertinent to the relationship, or just being, and in our case, for us, if it's a business, my thing, I only spent money on business stuff and her and the kids. I didn't really spend money on myself. Still don't really spend money on myself except to eat. Now I will spend some money to eat. Working on that, but we ain't there yet. Still a work in progress. It's a compromise. I'm compromising with myself. So yeah, just like with the finances. So I wanted to go in and do stuff to build the business, and she was like, "Why you spend that money?" So we had this constant conversation, which brought us to the point that we
many times,
which brought us to the point that we needed to be at, which was your business money needs to be separate from your personal money.
Right.
And for those of y'all who say, you shouldn't be spending that kind of money on these big purchases, like some men might like Louis Vuitton shoes, some women might like, I ain't gonna say Birkin bags because that's a $30,000 and up bag. You miss
Brahmin.
If you got a $30,000 bag, you better have a $10 million bank account. Because if you got a $30,000 bag and you got $3,000 in the bank, that's a problem. That's a problem. So I would say this: we have a solution for people who like spend the money. It's going to help the family. It's going to bless the family, but it's going to cause somebody to have to compromise, right? So if y'all get a budget together, now if you're already budgeting, you always already have everything together, then cool. But if you just start here, say after you've paid all the bills, right? You figure out how much the bills cost. You have that all set out, have some savings. And in our case, you have tithe money. So you put that off to the side. And then now you have the rest of the money that you're left with for that month, right? And then you decide what percentage of that money do you want to give to each other for personal money? Like maybe 10%. 10% of whatever's there or 15% of whatever there. So you get 15% and I give. So for example, if we've got $2,000 for the month that we brought in, for the week or the pay period that we brought in, $2,000. So that means she gonna get $300 and I'm gonna get $300. That's how that work, right?
Which number?
Wait, 15, what's 15%? 10% of that's 30. No, 10% of that's 300. 3,000, yes. So 15% of that is, $450. My bad. She gonna get $450. I'm gonna get $450. That just don't sound right.
No, divided by 2.
Yeah, there you go. She did all the math. See, I'm not the one that's doing all that budgetary stuff. So yeah, so we got $450 to divide between us two, right? So that means we each gonna get $225. So $225 a piece. We can take that money and burn it if we want to. It's our $250. It's not gonna stop the house from moving. It's not gonna cause any kind of enmity between us. We have $250 to blow. Now, if you get $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, you can see how there'll be more money to blow. And once that money is gone, you can no longer just spend. You can't get no more money that pay period. Not until the next pay period.
Another pay period.
The next increase. Just somebody else brings some more money in the house. Can't do it. That's a compromise because you want to make sure that the house is taken care of.
Right.
And if somebody's spending an exorbitant amount of money on depreciable assets, then that's not good for the house anyway. Right? So the compromise would be, okay, well, I'll have to save longer to get it. You know, even though that person's gonna say, well, I work hard for it and I should be able to get what I want. Well, I make more money. Why I can't spend it?
Yeah.
That is a thing.
Run into that, yeah.
If that's the case, you pay the bills and increase y'all's personal money percentage to where it's not going to hurt y'all, right? It might be 20% of the check, 20% of the increase. So if it's $3,000, then $600 comes and y'all split that.
Right.
You know, it's however you want to arrange it. But when you do that, now you get to pick what's important to you. What's important to me to spend this money on? And do I want to spend this money, all my personal money, on this night out with the boys? This $300? Am I Takala and Julio acting a Fulio? Am I doing that? You know, come out there $300 lighter.
And what you will find is that when you realize that this is your money, you can spend it the way you want, but you get no more.
You get no more until the next increase.
Until the next increase.
No more.
It forces you to choose wisely.
Yeah.
It really does.
It really
like
does.
What's important to me? Do I really want to go to Ulta and go, try this new line of foundation and get me some, different lipstick colors?
Do I want to get this $45 lipstick?
Expensive.
Do I want to get this $45 lipstick today?
Right. Do I really need a pedicure? Like my feet are not that bad. I'm just used to going and getting it done. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. But it makes you think. Makes you make better choices.
So we're constantly compromising. Like y'all done heard us today. We compromised in the beginning on sleeping environment, and the compromise that we made is no longer the same situation because we have flipped the arrangement. So we still going by her. I'm still compromising,
and
with
not
her.
to mention the temperature in the house. That used to be our big thing too.
Well, yeah, but that's menopause.
No, I'm saying
Thank you for menopause.
It used to be.
Thank you. I know it sounds really bad.
We would argue about that every day. We go back and forth every day.
No more.
Every day we would be going back and forth with
about temperature in the house.
We
that fight.
If people
it's
would
hot
ask, what do you fight mostly about?
Cold.
The temperature in the house.
It's cold. Sean, it's cold. I'm like, baby, the thing is on 77.
It's cold.
You can't be cold. I don't know what to tell you. I'm cold. So I'm sitting up there uncomfortable, just trying to sit like.
He's stuck to the couch. Stuck to the couch.
Trying to sit. Just sweating while my itching under my arm because I'm sweating and then stuck to my skin.
Stuck
and like,
to the couch.
ugh. But today, oh, it's beautiful. I'd be like, girl, you got that air conditioner on? I had a hot flash. So I turn it down.
It amazes me. It really does.
We've been be amazed. So yeah, so you got to give up some part of you. And again, don't look at it as a negative. It's not a negative.
It's not.
It just is. Because I love her so much that I want her to be happy. And if that causes me to be uncomfortable for a little while, I got to see how big that is on my level of importance. How important is this to me in relation to you? It wasn't important for me to sleep in quiet. I mean, I didn't want to. And when I go on the road, I wouldn't.
You had your freedom.
I have a freedom. But I mean, but at home, I mean, so it was a compromise. And then for her, you know, like I say, she ain't never wanting to and ready. But then, like she used to say, when I come with my eyes shining, shine, say that you come with your eyes shining. And I get back home. I done been at work all day. She was a corrections officer. I done seen these things all day long. Unwanted seeing of these things.
Unwanted.
The last thing I want to see when I come home is one of those things.
Yes.
And here you come with your eyes shining. Do the squinting. And here you come with your
eyes shining. Yeah. Yeah.
But we made it, y'all. We made it. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm good. I'm good. You ain't got to worry about me. Just like she ain't got to worry about, I ain't got to worry about somebody complimenting her more than me. There's no cracks in the foundation on this end.
None.
Great job.
None.
Hey, Coach. Great job, Coach.
Yes, indeed.
So look, y'all, we have given y'all, you know, some examples, but there are many more examples on how you can give up a little bit of oneness to make sure that you as a whole is strong, right? You're going to have to give up some of yourself when you're in a marriage situation. But the thing is, you want to. I love her so much that her happiness means more than my happiness, if that makes sense. You know, I want her to be more, I want her to be happy more than I want me to be happy. But at the same time, I expect the same from her.
Yeah.
And a lot of times in the beginning of the marriage, I was like, bruh, you make me want to leave, leave you alone. You know, I'll be like, man, come on now.
Yeah.
Come on. I just need you to help meet me halfway. And you're like, nah, it's all me.
Ooh, I wouldn't want to go back to those days.
Me neither. But, you know, like I said, once we was in it, we was in it.
No, absolutely.
And I was going to make sure I said that there's no D word in my life. And I was going to make sure that everything I had to do, whatever I had to do, I was going to do it to make sure that we were good and that we lasted. You know, if that means I had to take some L's in some certain areas, I'm going to take them L's. Certain things are non-negotiables. You know, and another thing, ladies, I'm going to be simple. I'm going to be very, very upfront and clear with y'all. As men, we only need two things. Food. And most men can feed themselves. You want a happy man?
Yeah.
He can feed himself. But if you want to add this one to this one,
facts.
You going to feed him, man? Oh, what? You ain't going nowhere. Not granted, I know some of y'all gonna be in the comments, shoot, I gave my man everything and he still ran off of it. Yes. But you also have to know what your man's personal A1s are. What are his top priorities? Yeah, you might have kept him there, but you disrespected him every day. You might have kept him there, but you never asked how he was. You might have kept him there in that area, but you never said, hey, I love you. Or you never said, hey, are you okay? You know, because it don't take much for somebody to come, like we said in the last one, whenever you leave a crack in the foundation, that crack becomes a crater, then a canyon, and then an ocean. So your job, while it's a crack, go put that Bondo in there. Go and fill that crack up, close it off, smooth it around so that you don't have to work. Because once it gets a crack and something is coming through, you know, poof, you got to work it out. Got to work it out.
Absolutely.
So y'all, we've done it, y'all. So until next time, I'm Sean.
And I'm V.
And this has been Better Marriage Daily, where we gave you tips on how to love each other in spite of each other. So until next time, we'll holler.